Hello, I'm Dr. Sailesh Gupta, senior pediatrician practicing in Malad and Goregaon for the last nearly 32 years. Uh, we all understand how important nutrition is for every human being's health and immunity. But nutrition is especially important for newborns. I mean, optimum nutrition or good nutrition is especially important for newborns, for growing children, for school-going children, adolescents. We celebrated the Nutrition Week from September 1 to 7. And the reason for celebrating the Nutrition Week is to bring focus on the efforts to promote nutrition, to support nutrition, to provide education about nutrition, provide the right information about nutrition, talk about the current trends in nutrition, talk about the current understanding of the nutritional values of various food products available to us. Now, for a newborn, the best nutrition is provided by mother's milk. So breastfeeding is the best feeding for a newborn. And this breastfeeding has to begin within the first hour of birth. Okay, so this is called early initiation of breastfeeding, and when we adopt that practice, we ensure that the child does not get anything except the mother's milk. So the chances of introducing infection into the newborn's gut are reduced. And mother's milk provides just about everything that a newborn and later an infant requires for optimal growth, right from proteins, carbohydrates, fats, all in the right proportions and the kind that a child needs. In addition, there are vitamins and minerals, and very importantly, there are immunoglobulins and immune cells in the mother's milk that enter the child's gut and protect the child from the everyday infections that we see in our environment and against whom the mother has developed immunity. So the mother's immunity is passed on to the newborn. And so babies who are not fed on mother's milk are very prone to infections of the respiratory system, of the gastrointestinal system. So a baby who's breastfed is less likely to suffer from colds, coughs, pneumonias, diarrheas as compared to a baby who is not breastfed. So insist on exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months of life. What is important beyond that is to introduce foods when an infant completes 6 months of age. So introduce the right kinds of feeds and foods in right consistency, with observation of appropriate hygiene. And it's best to use homemade foods because that is what the child is eventually going to eat. Now, while breast milk provides immunity against most of the common infections seen in the community, there are some life-threatening infections that may not be protected by breastfeeding alone, and an infant needs to develop immunity against those serious infections, including tetanus, poliomyelitis, diphtheria, pertussis, and others, hepatitis A, chickenpox, and so on. And for that purpose, the medical community has created vaccines. So vaccines, when administered to the child or any individual, excite an immune response in that child or individual, so that when they face that infection from the community, they are able to fight the infection, and it does not lead to serious consequences. Therefore, while we are talking of good nutrition in relation to the Nutrition Week, if we look at a wholesome improvement in the child's immunity, then in addition to breastfeeding and good complementary feeding, it's important to vaccinate them at the right time. So definitely consult with your doctor, look at the immunization schedule and get your baby immunized as per that schedule. Provide that baby a good start in life, a good chance at health, immunity, growth, emotional growth, physical growth, and later educational growth, and make them strong, self-sufficient citizens of India.